Come on out, Nathan. Let's take a look at this vehicle. I know it's cold out. Hey folks, I'm Rob. This is Nathan. Welcome to Two Guys in a Ride. Today we're going to take a look at this 2019 Honda Insight. And Nathan, it's -3 out here, so I know you want to get back in the car. I definitely want to get back in. Go ahead. I'm going to take the folks for a tour of the outside of the vehicle. Honda says the Insight is as beautiful as it is efficient. Starting at $22,930 for the LX model, then $24,160 for the EX, and then touring model at $28,190. I have to agree, there's some great lines on this vehicle. The front of the vehicle features full LED high and low beam headlights and daytime running lights. LED fog lights are also standard on the touring and available on the EX trim. The bold contours of the front end make a stylish impression. Side views feature sculptured and refined body lines with sweeping character lines that allow the Insight to reduce drag for superb fuel mileage. Overall, the design is bold and aggressive, yet it features intricate styling details. Out back, there are full LED tail lights and brake lights. Propelling the Insight is a 1.5-liter Atkinson cycle 16-valve inline 4-cylinder engine. Total system horsepower is 151. Hybrid batteries have an 8-year limited warranty, and there are 3 drive modes: Econ, Sport, and EV. Trunk capacity is 15.1 cubic feet. They do have the inside releases to fold down the back seat, and those are on each side. And we'll take a look under the panel here, and you can see it does have a tire inflator instead of this compact spare tire. Overall though, lots of room back there.
The 2019 Honda Insight comes in 3 trim levels: the LX, EX, and Touring Edition. As standard on the LX, we get vehicle stability assist, anti-lock brakes, electronic brake distribution, brake assist, multi-angle rear view camera with guidelines, tire pressure and monitoring system, and an LED daytime running lamps. It also includes the Honda Sensing Suite, collision mitigation braking system, road departure mitigation, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, and traffic sign recognition, along with automatic high beam lights. It also includes auto climate control, tilt and telescoping wheel, power up and down windows, both driver and passenger side, driver and passenger illuminated vanity mirrors, and 160-watt 6-speaker 5-inch display screen stereo with speed sensitivity and a 1.0 amp USB in front. The stereo is also Bluetooth capable. Moving on up to the EX trim level, we gain everything we had before, including the following: Honda Lane Watch, rear seat center armrest, 180-watt 8-speaker stereo system with an 8-inch display, the Honda Link app, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on the stereo, and SMS text function as well, and a 2.5 amp USB charging and audio input for CarPlay and Android Audio. Dynamic guidelines are now included on the rear view camera. Moving up to the Touring Edition, we get a one-touch power moonroof, fog light indicator, passenger side seat back pocket, home link, dual zone climate control, leather wrapped steering wheel, auto dimming rear view mirror, a 450 watt 10 speaker with sub stereo, navigation with voice commands in Honda Traffic, Honda Link subscription, mobile hotspot capable, a compass and turn-by-turn directions now displayed in the driver instrument panel.
Inside the 2019 Honda Insight, and this is the touring level, trim level, you do have the full Honda sensing suite. So you have collision mitigation braking system, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, blind spot and cross traffic detection, road departure mitigation, and adaptive cruise control. Now, some of these things can be accessed right through your buttons in here. So if I go up here to, for instance, adaptive cruise control is on, and so is lane keeping. I can turn them off by just clicking on the main button, turn them back on. I can set the lane departure warning. And if I go down here on this side, in addition to a trip computer, and this is where your brightness is for your screen, you have traction control right here, as well as your road departure mitigation. From your steering wheel, you can pretty much control everything. Right here, if you have a home button, and I'll show you what happens, you go up to a menu. Okay, you use this scroll bar to go through the various items, and then you simply click on this scroll bar to access it. Okay. Home key takes you back to the list of things you can access. Notice you got navigation on here, traffic signs. That's something that's really kind of cool. This has cameras on it that will recognize traffic signs as far as speed limits, and will post them on your dashboard, either in the center here or on the far right. And we'll show you that a little bit while we're driving, take it for a test drive. Okay. And then you, of course, have got your volume up and your volume down, a back button, forward and back for radio and stereo CDs and stuff, and then your phone controls. This also does have voice control for the navigation. Back here you've got your light switches, and then you have one additional feature on here. This has Honda Lane Watch. So when you turn your right signal on, a camera comes on right in the middle screen here, and the camera is based on that rear view mirror. It's placed on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my right signal on, and you'll notice immediately that it comes in. It's got some guidelines for you. But this button right here will turn the camera on at any time. So if you just want to look back and see, you push the button, you get the camera on, and then you just click the button again to take it off. I'm getting a little glare on this beautiful 8-inch screen today, but that's all right. The one nice thing about this is the brand new 8-inch screen from Honda. And we have a 450 watt stereo, which includes 10 speakers, including the subwoofer. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. So the nice thing about the new one, it has physical buttons on here, and I really like that. Consumers have really said they liked having touch buttons or physical buttons better than just a touch screen. So this combines the best of both worlds. Okay. It is powered by Garmin navigation that you can use. You can, of course, hook up through the USB ports and activate auto. You can hook up through the USB ports, and then you can use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and then you can do a whole bunch of things like access your music, and also Google Maps will pop up if you want to use that. You can also access Siri on an Apple iPhone and use Siri to perform functions for you. This does have several different screens of things. You can hook up USB 1 and USB 2 separately, which are down here. Okay, this comes with an available hotspot, okay, SMS texting, Sirius radio. One of the really cool things is you can do updates through Wi-Fi, so you don't have to go there, or you don't have to go to the dealer to get it done. You got some shortcuts up here, and you also have a Honda Link subscription. That is, I believe, free for a couple months, and then it's a paid service after that. But it's a really neat app. You can take a look a little bit at our Honda Ridgeline review to see a little bit more detail about that. But you can do so many things through the Honda Link app, far more than just starting your car remotely from any location where there's Wi-Fi or a cell signal. You can reserve hotels, get a restaurant reservation, but so many things you can do on that. All right, down here you have your climate control system, and this is a dual zone climate control in this particular trim level. So if I adjust my temperature, it adjusts on both sides. So down here we have the climate control system, and it is a dual zone climate control. As long as the sync button is lit up, the driver can turn their dial and the temperature stays the same on both sides. All the passenger has to do is simply turn their knob and the light goes off, and you can see that the numbers are different. And yes, it's okay, it reads 79. It's like minus 30 with wind chill outside, so I'm doing good with that setting right there. And of course you have your other controls for the climate control right down here. You can turn it to auto just simply by pushing that, and it turns to auto. Down here you have 3-stage heated seats on both driver and passenger side. They do automatically lower themselves down to 1 as time goes, as you're driving. And then your front defroster, rear defroster, and then recirculation. Down here, I've already talked about the 2 USB ports, but you do have also a 12-volt outlet. You have a nice little cubby hole here, pad to lay things on. It is sort of it's a nice rubber surface, so things don't slide on it so much. Here's your transmission. Okay, park is just a push, reverse is just a pull, neutral is a push, and then drive, of course, is just a push. And then you just push park on. Moving down a little bit further, this has an electronic parking brake. So to set it, you just have your foot in the brake and lift it up, and the parking brake is set. This does also have brake hold. So with your seatbelt fastened in the car, you can push and hold on this, and it will engage. And what that does is when you're in stop and go traffic, if this is engaged, once you come to a stop, you can take your foot off the brake and the car will stay braked. And when you press on the accelerator, it will release the brake and let you continue. And that you can turn on or off here. Okay, moving up to the top here, we do have, in this particular vehicle, we do have a Honda Link button right here. And you also have an assist button there. This one has a powered moonroof, which I'm not going to open because it's got a little ice on there. But that's right here. And then it has a switch over here to set your lights. Open when the door comes on and then turns off, or just activate it manually. Moving on down over here, you've got 3 levels for the car. You've got an economy mode, which if you push, okay, helps you to gauge your driving, to help you drive more efficiently. You've got a sport mode, okay, and you have a fully electronic mode, okay, which is not available because the battery charge is too low right now. So we'll go back to economy. The center console is nice down here. The cup holders are right down in here. And if you, you've got another piece right here that you can open up, and you have even more room along with a sliding tray. Or another little area for coins or something in the back there. This, of course, is removable. This part is removable. Now that does slide forward. This cover can slide forward to give you additional room for your armrest in the front. Moving over here, we've got the glove compartment, which opens a little differently. Instead of being hooking it underneath, you hook it from the side, and there you go. Now, one of the things I really admire about this car is the stitching and the materials. I really like them. They are very, very soft. Same continues on the doors. On the doors, you've got cup holders and a little bit of storage there on each side. Yeah, the overall look is just very nice. So here you have your home link buttons, as well as this is an automatic rear view dimming mirror. So this is a power on off button for that function. With sliding sun visors. So if I can get back far enough here, you can see that you can pull them in and out to adjust them. They also come with dual illuminated vanity mirrors. I have left the seat where it was, and I have got, oh my gosh, I've got like over 6 inches of space there from my knees to the seat. The passenger side does have a pocket, but not on the driver's side. And there are no external controls or USB inputs in the back. But the seats are very comfortable. And you do, on the touring level, you do get this nice cup holder and armrest in the center. Does also have 3 headrests in the back, along with grab handles and a light. All right, and we are off on the 2019 Honda Insight.
I think people that have been watching our videos so far could say we're probably a little bit off already.
And you can see I've got the Powertrain display working. I also have all of the safety features on. So they should show up on the dashboard, should we? And,
thank you for turning on my seat heater.
You know, I did that. I figured you might like that.
I'm cold.
I turned it on because it just made me feel better. It was so cold.
While you were watching me outside in the cold. It made you feel better, you turned my seat heater on.
Well, I figured if I was warm for you, that should be good enough.
He's such a humanitarian.
I know. Hey, I like the feel of the steering wheel. It's just got a nice feel to it.
Nice, thickly padded steering wheel.
It's not heated, though. I was surprised it wasn't, but it is very nice. Very comfortable. I like these little bulges up here to grip on. This does have paddle shifters on there. You can see up here I've got the power gauge is working. So this gauge, instead of being an RPM, tells you how much power you're using.
If it's recycling energy or if it's using battery and gas or both, is that what you're talking about? How that works?
Yeah, because there's a little icon that shows up when you're using, like, not using the gas engine.
Right.
And when the gas engine engages, you can see it.
Okay.
A little symbol shows up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Seats are nice and comfortable.
They are.
And I mentioned I like
actually
that
warm.
It's a good little pickup. It is only a 1.5 liter, and like I was saying earlier in my review outside, was that its total system power is 151 horsepower.
Yeah, the steering is nice. It's it's got just enough assist. Feels firmly planted on the road. I like the headrest on this one. No, I don't know if it's more forward than in other vehicles, but it's very nice.
EMS, the tire pressure monitoring system light, is on, but that's typical in far northern climates like we are in Minnesota.
This comes equipped with traffic sign recognition, and so the minute we passed a 60-mile-an-hour sign, it read it, and now it's placed it in the middle of my dashboard. and it continues to stay there. So I know what the speed limit is where I'm driving.
That's really pretty cool.
Yeah, the camera reads the signs, which is really awesome. I love that. So in a second here, we're just going to switch over and let Rob drive and give you his impressions. I like it. The handling's nice. You know, the acceleration is nice considering it's a 1.5 liter?
Yes.
Yeah. For a tiny engine, it is really, really nice. Boy, these seat backs are nice when they heat up.
They are. I like the steering wheel, like you were talking about earlier. It's nice. It's thicker and it's padded, so it gives you. I think it will help to lessen the fatigue on your hands as you're holding and going on a long trip. And you got to think about it. I mean, for either city driving with its highly rated fuel mileage or highway driving, you're not going to put a lot of gas into this vehicle. So I think it's only got a 10-gallon tank, but with that 10-gallon tank, and on the non-touring models, you could get 550 miles to a gallon of gas. So you're really going to want something that is comfortable, both in the steering wheel and the seats, so you can just cruise along and just eat up road time.
So you'll see here, hopefully, in the center dash, you should get some turn-by-turn displays from the navigation when we come to a turn. It's supposed to show up in the middle. Oh, sure, there it is right there.
Yep, that's really cool. So if you don't want to look there, you can just have it right in front of you, which is great because it keeps your eyes more focused. You can just glance down instead of glancing over, and that way it keeps your eyes more focused on the road. That's great.
Yep. You also have a "Where am I" feature, and so they'll actually tell you. So if you've ever been on your way to someone's house, and they say, "Well, where are you at?" and you're like, somewhere between trees and a road and some snow. Now you can know. You can say, well, I'm at 44 degrees north, etc. You can really astound your friends and family.
Right.
But it does give you road and highway numbers.
Side note, I can see Nathan using that quite often. He's usually wondering where he's at. The ride is very comfortable. I do have to say.
I know, I was just going to comment on that. It is really nice.
To be a small vehicle, to be more of the economy-sized vehicle, it is, and I think that lends itself, the batteries lend itself to that, being that it's with a lithium-ion battery pack. It's a heavier vehicle, but it's a heavy vehicle down low, so the center of gravity is lower in the vehicle, like most hybrid and EVs. So you get a more flattened, softer, more comfortable, sturdy, and just smoother ride.
The one thing I noticed is the absolute amazing amount of legroom. You can't see me, but I'm sitting in the passenger seat.
Oh, look, our ratings just went up.
Yeah.
Can't see Nathan.
Yeah. Thank you. I always rely on Rob's little self-confidence building sessions. So my legs are almost completely stretched out straight.
Wow.
And they are not pushing against the floor. They're resting against the end of the floor. And my seat is the same position as Rob's is. And I was in the back earlier showing you I had 5 or 6 inches of leg room. Amazing amount. I mean, I can stretch my legs almost completely straight. And the person behind me, I'm 5'11.5", can sit back there and still have 5 to 6 inches of clearance between their knees and the seat. So, yeah, that's very comfortable. I showed you that sliding armrest earlier, and I do really like that feature.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I've had it pulled forward the whole time because my arm doesn't sit back that far.
Well, the nice thing is, I mean, for people of different heights, it allows them to be able to use the armrest, where a lot of the other ones that are fixed in one location, they don't have the ability to access the armrest because it's so far behind them.
Or if you just really want to irritate the driver, keep moving it back and forth.
Yeah, this is true too. Well, folks, that's the end of our ride and drive in the 2019 Honda Insight. So be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And until next time, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And we are
Two Guys and a Ride.
Well, come in. There you go.
2 guys and a ride.
All right. Take care, folks. Thank you. And a big shout out to our friends at Luther Mankato Honda for allowing us to come down and test drive their Honda Insight today.
Please fasten passenger seat belt.
I will when he gets back in.
Oh, dirt. It was before. Okay, I'm gonna stop. We go.